So we have the lady who's her convertible top doesn't work, and she took it to, what was it?
Chrysler.
She took it to Chrysler.
She has an 06 Crossfire.
Yeah,
which is a Mercedes product.
Yes,
so
it
she
was.
did not take it for a top problem.
Nope.
She did not take it for a top problem.
Nope.
She took it in for, I forget what it was.
But it was a mechanical need.
Yeah, it was a mechanical need, and they accidentally broke the roof.
Somebody tore the top.
They tore the top, so they sent her
Don't say where.
to a third-party shop. And unfortunately, that third-party shop had it for a while because they had to order the parts and just one thing after another.
Because it's a small independent shop and life happens, and they had it for a while.
So they had it for about a year, and now Chrysler says, well, you had 6 months to get this done. Like, we're not going to warranty
But they referred
anything.
her to this third-party shop.
She has not seen her car
and are now
since then.
refusing to fix her stuff.
Because now they're finding out it's not just the top. They fix the top. So they put the new top on.
But it still doesn't work mechanically.
But it still doesn't work.
And she's like, no, wait a minute. You referred me to this place. Now, whether something burned up in doing what he did or something at his independent shop, or whether it was at Chrysler that had an issue or whatever it is, the top worked. Chrysler says the top worked before it came in. We simply tore it. We sent you to the third party. The third party took too long. And now you are out of warranty on your manufacturer's specifications due to the fact that we recommended you to go to a third party shop that didn't do proper. That didn't get it done for you properly. For me, I've got to cover that warranty. Just because I want to sleep good at night, I want my customers not to hate me.
Yeah.
So this is real world. This is where we come in.
And she's an older woman, and she's like, they're talking to me, they're talking down to me, they're doing this and they're doing that. You know, like, just she didn't feel she's willing to spend $100 for somebody to just go with her, and a man to go with her and stand with her.
Yeah. And that's the world we live in, man. And we're not fans of it. But it just goes back into everything we've just talked about. Quality. How do you know? How do you want? When I do, we talked about my pre-purchase inspections and the deals that I offer and what I do. But you can't, and I tell them, I can't look inside your alternator, your transmission. I can't see. Now, if you want me to, I'll drop the pan on your training. We'll do a service anyway. You know, but if you're not buying it, that's dumb to do. But once you bought it and I do it, you bought the problem.
Right.
So you can do certain tests. Now, there's a lot more tests. If they wanted to pay, we can hook an oil pressure gauge up. We can check pressures. We can check load pressures. We can hook the scanner up. $112. We can go through the diagnostic process in there.
I would offer that
for the second largest investment that maybe you are.
Like $40 or $50, whatever it is. I'll look it over. For $150,
I'll deeper dive.
And maybe that's, Stephanie, what we ought to jump into next and everything else.
Literally.
Because I know me as a consumer, I'm paying $150. Do the oil pressure test.
So the guy who...
No, the compression test.
I mean, if you're talking, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, absolutely right.
Absolutely. I want you to test everything you can test.
So the guy who just bought his Pathfinder, he bought it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
2019.
Yeah, 19.
Maybe 2019.
Yeah, 19, I think, right.
He said, I know the actuator's out. The air conditioning actuator.
Yeah.
I know that's out. He's like, he's been driving it for a week, and he's like, I'm afraid there's a lot more wrong with it.
Yeah.
We put it up.
It's got leaks.
And the parts list just started coming in.
And then when you get
fortunately, they're not like super expensive parts.
It adds up, though.
But the labor adds, the time frame adds up.
But then you get into the carryover, and this is where you go in. So it's 118,000 miles on this beautiful, nice Pathfinder, and we're going to do valve cover gaskets, which means the upper plenum manifold comes off of it. Well, as soon as you're there, look, your spark plugs are right here. Now, I'm not trying to do anything, but 118, I can tell if that gasket's been replaced. If it hasn't, these plugs are new. Before I even pull it, I know. Let's go ahead and do your plugs. I'm charging $10 per plug to change them out while I'm there.
That's cheap.
Otherwise, it's a 3-hour job. You'd be dumb not to do it now. But I'm not here to upsell you. But it sounds like, I just came in for an oil leak. Now you're trying to sell me spark plugs. What are you, a bastard? I don't want to, and it's such a hard game to be right and fair to everybody about everything. But at the same time, being right and fair means I should tell you about all these other things that you should get done if we're going to do something about it.
And then if you're a female or a man, anybody who doesn't know much about cars, what is my take on you giving me all this feedback of you want me for $10 more a thing, but then 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and then the part, then it ends up being $100. Like, are you just squeezing $100 out of me?
Yeah.
And I can see where people feel that anxiety, that angst against saying yes.
Yeah. This is a man's world, and this customer, she's getting dominated when she goes to dealership. And here is Tiana and Stephanie sitting here saying, look, I own a car too. We go through it, we know. And so they can care about this and show that better than Kenny, who just comes off and talking technical and trying to do all this. And look, I don't want to bet, but I have to. And here, they actually get to bring them down a notch.